Starting to the bottom left of Cloud Kingdom, the Terran player 0-1 in the tiebreaker. He needs to win here to force another tie.
Yes.
CJ Entus Bbyong.
Bbyong, not the best player in Terran versus Zerg. It is by far his worst matchup. We've seen this several times today. He's up against a strong one. To the top right of the map, we have the GSL champion. He won against Su. Can he win against Bbyong?
MVP Sniper.
Sniper is not somebody to be trifled with. He is the GSL champion of last season. He's not going to let Bbyong get away with this proxy play either. He's checking for it. Bbyong is proxying.
Bbyong is definitely proxying. He's at 12 supply right now. He's not going into 11-11 standard style. He's moving out and is going to start his proxy. Let's see if the drone is actually spotting this. Doesn't even really matter if the drone is able to see the barracks right away. When he sees the main base, he knows what's coming. And he's actually moving in.
Sees it. And now he could cancel and go CC first.
Yeah.
But it's a pool first as a response.
Goes for
He
pool
scouts
first.
it so early, goes pool first. That very rarely happens.
You know, with the build and how it happens right now, he could actually just go into a very, very aggressive build here. I'm wondering if he takes gas, but he doesn't do it. The thing is, if you're up against a double barracks play and a lot of Marines, and you see it before you start your hatch, you can go into pool and then gas, and then you have speed. And as soon as you have speed, the Marines are screwed. They have no chance whatsoever anymore. He takes his hatch first, though. Well, before he goes into gas.
And the T-Rex continues, by the way.
Question is, does he get gas after all, at all?
He can. Obviously, the Queens are great defensively, but like you said, the Zerglings will not only kill the Marines that are attacking, but also have great counterattack potential. He makes 6-lings here.
You don't have to go for the gas. You can also just play this with Queens, with the Zerglings, maybe even get a Spinecrawler at the bottom. That is completely possible. The fear that you have when you go into gas is that your opponent builds up a very strong wall with 3 barracks, and then you need a lot of banelings to bust through that. If you're not successful with it, and he even scouts what's happening, he's just going to build a few bunkers behind it, and then the entire economy of you is so far behind.
He's just... I mean, at this point, Bbyong hasn't even started a command center. He's got to continue his Marine production. He could cut Marines for a few moments and then get a command center, but then you might die to an attack. Everything went wrong for him. He got scouted, his opponent went pool first. The best part about this for him is that he didn't try to make this work against the pool first. In fact, the fact that he saw that he was scouted might have helped him, because if he had pulled SCVs and tried to bunker, he might have even lost more.
I actually think that he's gonna pull SCVs and just go for it.
I agree. He otherwise would have definitely started command center by now.
Yeah. He might still do it, but he's already far behind. If he gets a command center now, it looks like it.
He's going to do it, actually. At least show it.
He's actually trying it. I'm not quite sure if that's really the best idea that he had today. We have double base now already for Sniper. He will start to get his harvester count up now. He's going into Spinecrawler just in case. There are a lot of Marines out on the map, 9 in total. We have 9 Zerglings still there. But the problem is that the lava mechanics are gonna kick in very, very soon, and then he can go for a massive amount of drones.
I love the just in case spine. It's so smart.
Yeah. He was supplyable for a second when the Overlord was killed, but he already had another one on the tap, so it didn't really matter.
See, this Marine Force could be actually really scary if he didn't have the spine. He's going to the double command center behind this, but so what if you make the spine core and he goes double CC? You're still going to be safe against anything else you face later, and also it might save your life if he doesn't go fast CC like this.
It's a good choice by Bbyong. If you decide to not go for crazy all-in where you pull all your SCVs, then going into a very greedy opening is basically what you have to do.
And he tries to find an angle here.
Yeah, he might actually be able to get in. He's trying to run away with those drones.
Well, the drones should not be fighting here, I think.
The Queens should actually do something here, at least the one Queen. Yeah, the one Queen is trying to run away here. He's going to get both. He's going to get both Queens.
Oh, wow.
And he killed the Harvesters too. He killed 5.
This should not have happened like this. This is exactly what Bbyong wanted.
I mean, the Spinecrawler was really helpful here. Without the Spinecrawler, it would have been even worse. But still, this is what happens when your opponent is able to sneak his Marines past your Zerglings that are posturing in the middle of the map.
Now he's got a triple barracks wall, which means any form of aggression is going to be shut down so easily. He still has the Harvester lead, but with triple orbitals, that's not going to matter until he has a third.
Yeah, he needs to take a third base very soon here. And the Queens are now back in the game. so he doesn't miss too many injects. But the SCV now knows that there is no third base, and this is of course really annoying. This is more information that Bbyong has now.
Sniper is still mining with all of his lings, or with all of his harvesters at the extractor.
Oh god, wouldn't that be awesome if the Lynx could actually mine?
They get speed?
Oh, that would be cool. Not only because of that, think about it, you actually get 2 Lynx out of 1 egg. Oh, that would, saturating your bases would be so much easier. Triple factory now for Bbyong. Once again, Mac.
I think he might just try to hit a time with Hellions and Marines.
Nah, not with triple factory. I would be really surprised to see that. Usually you go double factory if you want to do that, but triple? Well, he's still producing Marines, but he didn't get any kind of upgrades. Where does he get the tech lab actually? Oh, first of all, we have a little bit of an aggression here at the third base again.
Yeah, and good for position on the Marines. Blue Flame comes out.
Yeah, there's the tech lab.
We'll see if he adds tech labs on these barracks, or rather on these factories, or if he goes into the timing. Because normally if you go mech, you don't make these Marines. You show the barracks only to throw your opponent off, and then you stop Marine production. He's making 3 Hellions at a time. He's actually just going to do it.
That is gambling a lot. I don't like that at all.
Well, now he stops Marines. He could just make a few Hellions and then add the tech labs. He starts the Marines again. He was supply block, that's why he stopped the Marines.
I don't like this build at all. This is taking a huge risk here. The problem for him is going to be that there is already a decent creep spread. It's not the best, but it's okay. We have the Baneling Nest on its way, and even the Roach Warren. This is really gambling hard. This is an all-in that can work, but if this is shut down, then you are so far behind unless you did a lot of damage. And if Sniper plays this correctly, I would have rather seen him go into mech, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's not easy, I mean, from the position that he was in, but if you decide that this is the style you want to play, but this aggression, I'm not sure if this is going to work.
Well, he's 12 Lings are on the map. He has the Roach Warren. He hasn't started it yet, and he doesn't see this.
If he doesn't scout it,
he
then
doesn't actually see it. This could work.
Why doesn't he have any Zerglings in the position?
Well, now he has 8 Banelings, but they are a bit late.
They are very, very late. He needs to get those drones away.
That Spinecrawler is golden. Well, that Spinecrawler, he would have lost every drone already.
There we go. He's adding a double armory. He's trying to prepare for the next phase. But here come those Banelings. He needs to keep them away. The Spinecrawler is just zoning those units out.
Really great micro by Sniper.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a wall. The Queen's desperately trying to get into position, and they will.
They have, of course, the scouting information thanks to the creep tumors. This is why we see the scans now, at least forcing the creep back.
Third base is in position. Double armories, as you said, coming out so he can get the upgrades to the rest of his mech composition. He's starting siege mode.
Double command center now. Double command center and double armory. He's really cutting a lot of corners in this game.
Yeah, and you know, his aggression didn't work, but it didn't fail. It's just, it's a weird timing.
Careful here.
Yeah, he cannot allow those Hellions to get into his main.
Exactly. He has the roaches there, though. He should be able to block this.
Yeah, he's got 5 roaches on the map. Baneling speed finishes, and he's got the Spire getting closer to being completed. And then again, we'll have Bbyong in the situation he has to pick between making it Thors or Siege Tanks.
And Bbyong doesn't really do damage with this, but he's still on the map with a huge amount of very dangerous units. I mean,
I can't believe the Ling gets in here.
Double factory is now built, so he is going to transition fully into mech with the double armory. Of course, this is something that we already saw earlier, now heading into double upgrades. But this is going to... I'm not quite sure if he can really pull this off. The infestation bit is now being started. I'm wondering if we actually see a heavy commitment to Mutalisk in the mid-game now.
It certainly could. It's something that can throw a mech player off. That Queen is as good as dead.
But it's also investing a lot of gas, which you want to save for the Brood Lords if you go into that tech. So I'm not quite sure if he's going into Mutalisk here. So far he's doing quite well with the Roaches alone.
He has a lot of flexibility with this 4th if he can keep it up, which I think he should be able to. With the Roaches he has, the Hellions are not going to be able to stop him.
The funny thing is that Bbyong is really able to get his 3rd base and being on the same amount of bases for a very long time in this game.
Yeah.
And thanks to the double command center that he built in his main base, he has now even more mules, or will as soon as the orbital tech is done.
With the Hellions he's got here, he's maintaining that map control. That's why he's been able to keep his 3rd base alive for so long. Now he's got the siege tanks ready. He's making 4 tanks at a time. 1-1 is about to finish here.
You know, the problem for Sniper is going to be, will he be alive long enough to get those Brood Lords?
Well, that's what we're going to find out here. The drones are well split here. He loses a lot regardless, but...
Yeah, that was still okay. 10 harvesters. lost. Oh, actually, no, only 2 lost here.
Harvester count is now in favor of...
No, wait a second. 10 lost. Sometimes these tabs are actually really confusing me.
Yep.
10 lost in total. That wasn't too bad just now.
But still, it was for a few seconds behind in Harvesters.
He gets 2 additional command centers. He's going to be on 7 command centers in just a few seconds.
And this is going to allow him to have an insane amount of mineral income. He also can throw away SCVs to make his mech army composition much stronger.
He scanned the main base. He knows about the hive tech.
Roaches find an angle.
Yeah, roaches are coming in here, trying to force a cancel. Now the siege tanks are being sieged up. He's trying to move close enough. The roaches are trying to do as much damage as possible. He can rebuild them easily. The big thing is, okay, another command center being built. Bbyong needs to hit an attack before the Broodlord's out. He doesn't have any anti-air. He doesn't have a single starport. He so far did not start to build any Thors. He really needs to hit this before the Broodlords are there.
Yeah, and Fear Spider's just not being started. He will crush these roaches. He could try to hit this timing right now. But
there come 3 starports. Now he's getting them.
Yeah. This is weird.
Yeah, this is a really weird game, but it's funny. It's actually cool. Mech on this map can be really strong. It depends on really what your preference is, but a lot of Terran players are going for mech on this map. We don't see it that often. Most of them decide to go for bio, but if you are a meching player, and Bbyong has already shown this style in a lot of games, then you can really pull this off. It's a good map for mech. It's actually not bad.
Yeah,
and the timing, as I said, he's moving out now. He might just be able to do a lot of damage before the Broodlords are there.
Corruptors are on their way. He wants to morph those Broodlords immediately. Siege tank count is off the charts. He has 18 siege tanks right now, and they are going to put a stop to anything that walks. Broodlords, however, do fly, and they are going to be the big problem. He's trying to use these roaches to buy just a little bit more time. He even has some investors here, but investors do not want to fight against the tanks. He gets us around.
He's splitting, and he's splitting well, but most of the investors are already gone. He takes down a lot of these siege tanks, and nice concave here. He's moving in. He doesn't even need the Broodlords.
Exactly. You know, he just barely has enough. The sprint is good. He hits before the tanks are sieged. And this is actually almost game-ending right now, because if you look at the Broodlords coming out, he's got Vikings coming, but there's no 4th base up. He has a lot of command centers, but he needs more gas.
Well, we're not there just yet. We still have the Broodlord tech coming in. That's, of course, going to be an issue. But now with the Vikings being built 5 at a time, if he can afford this, and yeah, Sniper definitely has a huge lead here. I mean, if you look at the resources lost, they're still even. But the 4th base makes, of course, a huge difference. Also, the upgrades. It's just a matter of which composition do you go for and do you catch your opponent off guard. Those Hellions that are always trying to run into the base, if this happens once, it can turn the tide in favor of Bbyong again.
Yeah, it's always worth it for him to try. Especially with how good his control is. He tries here and even gets some high ground damage done at that 3rd base. In total in this game, he's killed 12 Harvesters.
2 additional ones at the 4th, not really worth it in this situation.
Now he's getting some more. He's building a command center here instead of just flying one. Interesting choice.
How many does he have? Can you check?
Right now he has
7 orbitals.
7 orbitals with 1 regular command center, and then the 8th command center on the way.
Yeah. He's going for double upgrades now for the air units. He wants plating and also attack. 6 Vikings are being built. He will have 12 in a few seconds. Goes for planetary now.
But he does not add his gases for some reason at the 4th. He will need those.
Takes a 4th and a 5th at the same time. And with all those Vikings, he will have a good shot at winning the air battle. There are only 4 investors, so not a lot of fungus available. 9. There are only 9 corruptors. This is actually not a lot of anti-air.
Not a lot. He's going to need a lot more than that. His queen count right now is at 5 only, so he doesn't have a massive amount of those. And Hellions at the 4th again. And this is becoming a consistent problem. Even though he has 4 spine crawlers, he loses almost all of his harvesters on the left patches.
Yep, he lost 12. He just lost 12 of them. But still, if you think about what's going on here, we have suddenly both of them committing to a heavy air force. But at the same time, the problem that you have with Broodlords is they are just so slow that you will never be able to get away.
He gets into that natural.
Yeah. Well, we're going to finish the thought a second later. First of all, we are focusing a bit on the units that are being killed here. Scan would help him so much. He doesn't realize what's going on.
He definitely has one. I can see it right now.
Of course, he has a scan. He has 8 orbitals now.
He probably has like 9 scans. Oh, wow. He gets a massive amount of drones that were all stacked up. Oh.
He killed additional 14, 15. 15 workers once again killed. And that's what I said earlier. With all those run-bys, he is now closing the gap. He's actually ahead in supply.
He's ahead in worker supply. 62 to 60.
Yeah, exactly what I said earlier. Don't count him out just yet. With all those Hellions that he sends across the map, he's playing a very annoying style, and if you don't pay attention to the minimap once, you might lose your economy. But coming back to the original thought, if you have such a huge commitment to air, and suddenly someone surprises you with 20 Vikings and even more, +2/+2 upgrades potentially, then you might lose your entire army. And once again, Hellions in the base.
The Broodling's trying to help out here, but the Queen alone is not going to stop this. The Corruptors certainly aren't going to do anything. His army is just not mobile enough to deal with the Hellions. He needs to leave the Roaches at all of his bases.
There are more units at the top left right now. Sniper is falling a little bit apart here. He has to do a better defense. Sniper, just do yourself a favor and commit a few of those resources that you have to additional spine crawlers.
But definitely worth it. The Viking count is now up to 27.
Yeah, 27.
Oh, and the Infestors are going down. Uh-oh, Sniper.
He will need the Infestors. Here come those Corruptors. He has 18. He's building 9 additional ones.
Sniper may be in trouble here.
He's hiding the Vikings, and here they are.
Here we go. He actually doesn't get very many hits off, but he can chase.
And he does.
Infestors are way behind. The tanks on the ground are going to push them back.
The Broodlords cannot run away. He has to fight here, and he's going to lose this air battle. Sniper is potentially losing this game. Bbyong might force another tiebreaker here. The air battle is still going on. There are not enough Fungals. The Corruptors, they go down one by one. Even the reinforcements won't change this.
Oh, Bbyong is dominating now. He's going to chase the rest of the Broodlords down, but every last one of them should be killed.
This is exactly what we pointed out earlier. If you are down in the air units and you lose everything because the Broodlords are too slow, you lose your advantage, you might lose the game, and it looks like this is what happens in this last game of the first tiebreaker, with Sniper now down 70 supply.
Yeah, it's Fungals, but it's not worth it anymore. 5 Corruptors coming out. I can't believe he's even building those. Those are not going to be worth anything either. They're all just going to die as soon as they pop out of their eggs.
A really funny game here, very entertaining. Bbyong a little bit sneaky. Sniper takes a huge lead, but then he underestimates his opponents. The blue flame run by, there were like 3 of them, and they did way too much damage to the economy of Sniper. Bbyong hides his Viking count, wins the air battle without any problems at all, and now suddenly he is 60-70 supply ahead of.
He's killing Overlords now with his Vikings, and his tank count is the big problem. At this moment, he has 14. GG. We will have a second tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker number 2 will start soon here. Bbyong saves his chances with another win. Sniper, he can't believe it. He was so far ahead in this game, but then, yeah, those Blue Flame Hellions, they broke his back.
That was a game that I did not expect Bbyong to be able to win. After the situation he was in early on, his barracks play was totally shut down. Then he made all the right choices, and Sniper lost way too many Harvesters. He lost a lot of Larva with this, but more importantly, he didn't have a bank ever. If he had a bank, then if he had a bank in Larva and Minerals, he could have switched into Ultralisk once he saw the Vikings. He never really saw the Vikings either.
Well, at this point it was already late. The problem is he had a bank, but he never built the additional spine crawler there to save his bases. And then he lost 50 Harvesters, 40-50, and didn't have the economy anymore. The switch into Ultralis, he would have done it, I feel, but he never saw those Vikings coming. He actually thought, well, I have the Broodlords right now, you're committing into a mech army, probably gonna have a few Vikings, but he never expected him to have this many. And also, +2/+2. Think about the commitment that Bbyong made to his Air Force. He did not only get the Vikings, he got all those additional upgrades. He really committed, and he was like, if I can go in and take down everything that you have, then I'm going to win the game.
It was a big surprise, and he certainly was not ready for it. Not enough Corruptors. The Infestors, he lost so many of them early on. Even with good Fungals, he probably would have had a tough time with air battle, but did not work out.
As it is, we're heading into a second tiebreaker in just a few minutes. Yeah, see you then. We'll probably Sue against Sniper being game number 1 again.